giving us a platform to actually hear our voices heard. So today we're going to have myself, Sean, Mikey, Aaron, Ralph, and Jackie speaking on their unique perspective. All right, so for me, Chase reached out to me yesterday and he asked me, hey, would you like to come and speak on what's happening in today's society? And initially I was overwhelmed with emotions, as a lot of people have been. I've been going back to years, trying to figure out how to really say yes. So when he asked me initially, he's like, I don't know if I can do this. Let me get back to you. So at 6 in the morning, I hit him back and I said, hey, I don't think I can do it. But around 7 a.m., I texted back and said, I feel like I have to do it, and I feel like it's my responsibility to speak up. So with that said, I'm just going to keep it concise and light. For those of you who don't know me, I've been a part of the skateboard community for the past 20 years. Been sponsored, traveling, and with skating and surfing, they kind of go hand in hand because we deal with a lot of the same people, whether it's reps, sponsors, and just individual shops. So for me, a lot of you guys that surf might have heard the term, don't kook it. Just raise your hand if you've heard the term, don't kook it. All right, cool, great. Speaking to you guys. So don't kook it simply means, for those of you that have not heard it, is, to me, is remove yourself from your ego. Do not be agreeable to what's happening around you. It sounds very simple and, oh, don't puke it. Cool. Go in the van with these guys you don't know. But for someone of my nature, it turns into, you're going to hear things that you're not going to agree with. Do not freak out and just go with the flow. There are a lot of things that have been said and confidence that, sorry, I'm trying to get my words. Just to brush it over. And of course, for me, I have to speak up regardless, and I've always been that way. I've kind of been the outspoken person. I've burned relationships in the process, but hopefully in burning those relationships today, I've learned that some things are not okay to be said. It's not fair to an individual. Secondly, just a question. I just kind of want to provoke thought. For me, I've been skating for 20 years. Like I said, it was probably my second or third year in. People started approaching me and saying, "Hey, you're sponsored. I can give you stuff. Here's free products." And of course, that's cool when you're young because you don't understand. You're thinking, "Great, free product. This is awesome. I'm gonna be sponsored. There's this opportunity for me to do something more." What you don't realize is that there are ceilings that exist if you are not agreeable to what's happening around you. It is a bit, can't say for lack of a better term, but it's oppression. It's oppression in a sense. So with that, I think my basic statement is for me to ask you guys a question. Why was it easier for me to get sponsored by some of these companies and harder for me to actually work for these companies? So ask yourself, have the conversation. I'm more than willing to talk to every single one of you guys if need be. I'm going to take the time and pass it over to Mikey. He's going to talk about his personal experience growing up surfing. Yeah. Right on. Yeah!
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mikey. This is my beach. This is where I grew up.
Yeah!
Before I go on whatever I'm going to say, because I don't really have a clue. I've had a lot of hatred in my heart this past week because of everything that's gone on. But I just want to thank both my parents for giving me a smart mind and a critical mind to educate myself and figure it out for myself. I want to thank my wife for always being a light and a support and helping me, like never, ever, ever not by my side. And also the friends that I still have today, because they gave me the strength to be able to speak up when even I was confused about what being black at this beach meant to me and how I was treated. There's a lot of things that are different, but so similar about how I lived my life with you guys in the water, but how stuff was so much different. I'm not here to tell you how stuff's going to change. I don't have a plan for it, but I do know that is super, super wild that we can't even have a conversation without having some violent discord and some reasoning behind why we've perpetuated hate, oppression, financial discrimination. You know, it's everywhere, it's rampant. When I left for the beach, my parents had to worry about if I was going to come back. And not just because of the dangers in the water, but the dangers of the boardwalk, the dangers of the neighborhoods in between. Just me walking some places is difficult for people to see me walking those places. I don't have the difficulty. I'm fine. I hope that everyone sees what is going on now and uses this as an opportunity to think about where your real difficulties lie and where you can actually help. Showing up to the beach is just the start. We have to keep paddling for the way that we want, and we have to keep fighting for our neighbor, our friends, our family members, and more importantly, against the things that are oppressing me and have oppressed me for a long time, but also oppress you.
Yeah.
It's deeper than we even imagined, and the fight has just started, and it's been going on for a long time. A lot of people have lost their life, given their voice, given their time, given everything, so that way we could even be here right now.
Amen.
Don't forget that.
Amen.
Do not take that for granted. Respect yourself and respect others. Grow, educate, mobilize, organize, and don't be afraid to talk. I don't ramble on forever. I'm going to pass the microphone to Jackie. Once again, thank you for hearing, but don't just hear, act.
Good afternoon, y'all.
Hi, Ms.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Jackie.
What's up? I'm Jackie Horton. I'm not a surfer. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't know much about surf. Would be interested in doing so. I was asked to come to this event after organizing the protest downtown Norfolk. I haven't really been outside much since because I've gotten a lot of hate messages through my Facebook. People threatening to kill me because I'm willing to speak out. So I was a little nervous about doing this today, but seeing all this love makes it a little bit easier to do today. I wrote a speech so I don't get emotional and cry and forget what the message is today.
Right, we got you.
If we don't have allies, we can't do this. We can't move forward without you guys. Well, first, I would like to say thank you for the opportunity to be here. This event is definitely for a beautiful cause. The reason that this event was formed was to pay tribute to George Floyd. If you're not aware of who he was a 46-year-old father, a son, and a brother who was killed due to excessive force. The crime that he allegedly committed was buying cigarettes with a counterfeit $20 bill. Now, although we are here for our brother George, we are also here for Breonna Taylor, who was killed during a no-knock raid. We are here for Tamir Rice, who was 12 years old playing with a toy gun. We are here for Ayanna Jones, who was 7 years old, killed during a raid. We are here for Philando Castile, who was 36, killed in front of his girlfriend and his 4-year-old daughter. We are here for Walter Scott, who was shot in the back In order to bring about change, there has to be a conversation. Many of us have biases, whether we want to admit it or not, we do. But today I encourage you to shake hands with a person of color, people of color. I encourage you to shake hands with your allies on today and hug each other and love each other. I encourage you to research some of these cases so you can understand our frustrations. Inclusion is not just about physical proximity. Inclusion is what we are doing today. It's creating an opportunity for all people to come together and educate each other. Many of you believe that all lives matter, and trust me, I believe the same, but all lives cannot matter until Black lives do too. Murderers are walking free behind a badge. Our lives feel undervalued because justice is never served. Until we get justice for Black lives, there cannot possibly be peace within our community. As a 24-year-old woman, I stand here today because of this cause. Hate has shown itself so strong in my messages, in my inbox, that typically I have on a full mask every day when I go out of my house. I am not a looter. I am not a thief. I am a college graduate with the class of 2020 from Norfolk State. I am educated. I am peaceful. I am loving. I am patient. I am kind. I am an advocate for change. I encourage you today to no longer remain silent, but join me in being the change that you want to see. Thank you so much for having me, and don't forget that all lives can't matter until Black lives do too.